Welcome back. As you know, we're always keeping an eye on what's new in AI, and one place we regularly check is the AI Agent Store. It's just a great snapshot of the current tools out there.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really helps track the pulse of things.
And something caught our eye there recently, the Hugging Face Open Computer Agent. It sounded, well, potentially quite significant for how AI could interact with the web.
Right. So we thought we'd take a closer look, figure out what it's all about, who might find it useful, and, why it's interesting.
Exactly. So this agent, the description says it's open source and focused on automating web tasks. But the way it does it seems to be the really interesting part.
It really is. It's not just scripting. It actually simulates a user, like a person, inside a virtual Linux desktop environment.
Hmm.
Think mouse clicks, keyboard entries, the whole thing.
Wow, okay, so it's mimicking human actions directly on the screen.
Pretty much. And it uses some fairly sophisticated tech to do this. Vision language models, you mentioned Qwen2 VL72B, and frameworks like Smolagents and E2B Desktop.
Those vision language models, they let it see and understand the screen content, right? Like reading text and identifying buttons.
Exactly. Qwen2 VL72B is one of those models that's good with both images, what's on the screen, and the text instructions. That combination is powerful for interaction.
And apparently you interact with it through a web browser.
Yeah, seems pretty straightforward on the user end, but it's important to remember it is flagged as experimental.
Right, so still evolving, not quite a finished product yet.
Definitely. It's about exploring capabilities at this stage.
So what can it actually do then, even in this experimental phase? What are the use cases?
Well, the basics are navigating websites, pulling out specific info, filling in forms, all based on natural language prompts. You could say, ask it to find tomorrow's weather.
Okay, that makes sense. Automating web searching and data grabbing.
Yes, and maybe slightly more complex things too, like filling out registration forms or booking simple appointments online. It's about testing those kinds of interactions.
And I guess for developers or researchers, it's a way to test AI-driven UI interactions. See how well these models work in the wild, so to speak.
Precisely. It's a testbed for vision language models in, real-world web scenarios. It pushes towards AI agents that can genuinely interact with the digital world like we do.
Okay, so who is this best for, according to the listing?
It points towards AI researchers, software developers, automation engineers, and QA testers. Makes sense, right? People building or testing automated systems.
Yeah, the tech crowd who'd be digging into how it works or how to use it. So maybe not for general users just yet, but definitely one for the specialists to watch.
For sure.
Now, they mentioned a 71% autonomy level. What's behind that number? How autonomous is it really?
Well, that likely means for specific predefined workflows, like, say, navigating a known site structure or filling a standard form, it can manage a good chunk of the process on its own.
Without needing step-by-step instructions for everything.
Right. It uses those vision models to interpret the screen, find coordinates of elements, and decide the next action based on the overall goal you gave it. Operating within that Linux environment helps, too, for running computations.
That's quite a high percentage for something experimental.
Yeah.
Interesting. And getting access. Is it complicated?
No, that seems to be a big plus. It's web accessible, totally free, no installation needed.
Oh, nice. So you can just try it out in your browser.
Exactly. And it's listed as pricingmodel.free and codeaccess.open source.
That open source aspect is huge, isn't it? It means people can see the code, maybe contribute, build on it.
Absolutely. Fosters transparency and community development, which is great for pushing the tech forward.
What about initial reactions? There's a popularity level score of 68%. What are people saying?
Well, we can see some highlights. People definitely like the free, easy web access. No install is a big win.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pointing out the use of those advanced vision models, the ability to actually locate and click elements on the screen based on understanding the visual interface. That seems to be generating some positive noise.
Okay, so the visual intelligence part is really resonating. There are negative opinions mentioned too, but sounds like you need premium access for the full details there.
Right, typical for some platforms. But the positives focus on accessibility and the core tech.
Thinking bigger picture again, how does this fit into general AI trends?
It feels like a really concrete example of applying these powerful vision language models to practical automation tasks, moving beyond just text generation to actually doing things in the digital world. And the open source angle fits the broader collaborative trend in AI.
And the industries listed, software development, AI, automation, that clearly shows where its impact is expected.
Yeah, it sits right at that intersection. The tags also give a quick summary. Open source, web automation, vision language models, AI agents, virtual desktop. Tells the story quickly.
For anyone wanting to see more, there's apparently a video on the site showing it in action.
Yeah, and a couple of extra links listed too. Seeing a demo would probably make its capabilities much clearer than just talking about it.
Right. It also mentions you can do custom comparisons with other agents, like something called InterVI, so you could potentially benchmark it.
Oh, interesting. Good for deeper analysis if you're really evaluating tools.
So, wrapping up our look at the Hugging Face Open Computer Agent. It's an open source experimental AI using vision language models to automate web tasks by mimicking a user in a virtual desktop.
Yeah, and seems particularly relevant if you're in software development, AI research, or automation engineering, looking at practical ways AI can interact with web interfaces.
It definitely sparks a thought, doesn't it? With AI getting better at simulating how we interact online, what other digital tasks, maybe the mundane ones, do you think AI agents will commonly handle for us down the road?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Well, if you want to explore this agent or others, you can check out AIagentstore.ai. Thanks for joining us for this conversation.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and we always appreciate it if you rate the podcast.